I'm just showing you how I love myself. Welcome in, Max. Got ourselves in church. Yeah, it's my party and I can cry if I want to. And no, I'm not getting drunk. Apparently I need to be open to new opportunities, though. I can. I read people like a book. But there's rules to it. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. It comes to my attention that there's some so-called destiny swappers out there that are thinking that they're going to be taking on other people's destiny by making them commit suicide, making them off themselves. And these people aren't even related. They're not even related to the people that are actually wanting to sabotage. It doesn't work that way. And whatever spell that they think that they're going to concoct up and think that they're going to steal other people's destiny, and it actually works, they're being faced with an illusion. Because not only are they trying to sacrifice these other people and sabotage them, they're sacrificing themselves. Specifically when you're dealing with darker magic. So the people that are out there trying to sacrifice other people's destinies and make it their own, you're playing a game that you really shouldn't be playing. You're playing with your own life. And you're that sadistic of a person to think that you're going to do this. When that very spell that you're thinking about doing is a trap. And it's a trap that you don't even know you're going to step into. This information might save your life. It might make you think twice about what you're doing. If you'd only heal the pain and the trauma and the suffering that you have within you, you could actually access your own gifts rather than trying to steal them from other people. But because you are so hurt and you are so damaged and you are so bitter with your own pain, you fail to see it. You fail to see your actual brilliance. You fail to see your inner beauty. And it's all shrouded with bitterness. I feel for you. The need to be somebody else when you've caused so much pain yourself and other people's lives, all because of the bitterness that you receive from other people. It kind of snowballed down the hereditary line through your family. And it's very unfortunate that it happened to you. But to think that you're going to come up and kick somebody else's destiny because it looks good, and you think that you're not going to have to go through the trials and tribulations to get there, that's the joys of doing the work. That's the joys of working through your shadow. Because it gives you the ability to step into your own, rather than somebody else's. Thank you, David. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's some people out here thinking that they're high and mighty and that they know what they're doing when it comes to magic. And then you go walking along and then you meet me. If you've been here long enough, you know. If you haven't been here long enough, you don't know. And you should sit down and take notes, otherwise. And be in your best interest. Yes, to my members. There are new videos up, if you haven't checked them out yet. They're old videos, back when I didn't have hair. I hope you enjoy them. Yes, you have to become a member to check out my music. Most of my music, anyway. little button SMR for you. Hopefully there's no feedback. Welcome in, Ryan. Thank you so much. Yes, today is my birthday. I'm 42 years old. I'm looking for new opportunities. Let's get it. If by chance you want to throw me a super chat, super sticker, super thanks, or if you want to head over to Hipsy, send me a tip, or if you want to give me some birthday money through PayPal, it's all greatly appreciated. Thank you. For the ones that have already, thank you. Angels, ancestors, divine light, great spirit, guides, guards, protectors. Let's start with the angels. Angels, what's the overall energy and vibe for the evening? What does the collective need to know for tonight's reading? David, I love New York City. New York City is a good city. It's a little crazy. It's a city that never sleeps. However, it is a beautiful city. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. In old New York. I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps. King of the hill, hey, number one, top of the heap. These little town clothes are melting away. I wanna be a part of it someday. I wanna wake up in a city that never sleeps. I wanna be a number one, top of the heap. I'm improvising. All right, angels, what's going on? Okay. Give the gift of your presence. It's going to be okay. The Shekinah. Now is the time to show up in ways you've never shown up before. Get present with those you love and care about. Go beyond distractions and direct yourself back to the current moment. So that way you can enjoy the blessings that surround you instead of focusing on where you're going. or what has previously happened. Enjoy the beauty of the here and the now. I awaken to the blessings of the present moment. Hello, 42. Uriel, no matter what's happening, it's going to be okay. Everything is working out for you. The angels of light are shining upon you, your situation, and anyone involved. If you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, know this is a reminder of how much you care about things turning out well. And they will turn out well. Activation. Thank you, Uriel, for helping me trust in the process. You know what, Ammon? I love all countries of the world. They all have something beautiful to offer. We all just got to get our heads out of the ass and work together for once. And create the peace that we want to see on the earth. Dragons, what's the message? Thor's red, black, and gold dragon. It protects you in times of change. A time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax. You're safe. Earth Dragon clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing, and you can move forward in life. Well, hallelujah. We're off to a great start, Collective. We're off to a very good start. Alright, where are we going next? Let's go with vibe. Yeah, you best mind your manners in my chat. My ruthless mods. Love them to bits. They don't mess around. So you either show up right or don't show up at all. I'd like to say a prayer to all those people out there that are going through it. May the divine blanket you with courage, protection, abundance, prosperity and clarity, truth and integrity. May it melt your bitter fucking hearts and allow you to at least love yourself again. because that's the most important in order to be able to heal yourself. Be courageous in your healing. Put on your warrior boots and transmute your pain and trauma into power. Cut those ties that no longer serve you. And block those mother effers that decide to thwart you and sabotage you. The ones that smile in your face and laugh behind your back. And create boundaries with the dumbasses that you can't seem to get rid of, because they're like a fungus. Spirit, what's the vibe? What's the vibe for my collective tonight? For the overall reading? What's the vibe? Somebody wants you to, maybe you're needing to slow down. Take some you time. Maybe get out in nature. Drop the envy, resentment, competitive, and discontentment. This is for some of you, not all of you. Drop what you need to, that's what I'm saying. Let the bitter heart go. Burn some bridges with psychopaths. Yeah, drop your worries. It's all divine timing right now. Pardon me. You gotta nurture yourself. Let there be a gentleness about you when you're going through this courageous healing. Be compassionate with yourself. Yeah, and drop the pettiness, drop the bitterness. By nurturing yourself, you're able to do this. Drop the toxicity, drama, arguments, incompatibility. See it for face value. Recognize what it is for what it is. Stop looking the other way. Somebody's longing for you, missing you. They want to talk. They want a reunion. They want to slow down. They want to just take time. Maybe go for a walk. They're trying to drop the worry and nurture themselves. However, there seems to be some sort of continuous cycles that are preventing you from doing that. There seems to be some sort of bad decisions. I don't think this is you, collective. I think this is the person you're dealing with. And that's probably why you're not wanting to get back with them. That's probably why. Yeah. Archangel Michael's saying that they're a narcissist. Like, you're doing the work, you're doing the healing, you're in this position where you are nurturing yourself again. You could very well be in your Empress energy, whether you're a man or a woman. Yeah, all these continuous cycles and bad decisions that these dumbasses are putting you through. It's got you burnt out. It's got you exhausted. You're constantly having to nurture and heal yourself, and constantly have to be dropping this bitterness and anger and pettiness, because they just won't stop. They're relentless. They're trying to burn you out. They're trying to burden you. They want you exhausted, collective. But yet they're sitting there longing for you and missing you and wanting to be back in your energy. Like, make it make sense. You want to keep showing up in this karmic energy. Meanwhile, you know, here we are, we're healing, we're trying to transmute this shit, and they just keep latching back on. There very well could be some sort of court, legal paperwork, something happening here. I'm kind of getting a restraining order. What about this? Come on. Thank you. Yeah, you're no longer running. Maureen, thank you, my dear. You beautiful soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you're no longer running, collective. You're done playing their dumbass games. Yeah, you're no longer suffering in silence. You're done with the unspoken desires. You're, you know, you're stepping into your real feelings. And you're recognizing that they didn't have feelings for you to begin with. They're a succubus vampire. You're in the middle of bringing balance and peace and happiness back to your life. And you're in the midst of a glow-up. No wonder why you're done with running. No wonder why you're done with this stupid-ass energy that just won't leave you alone. Yeah, you're stepping into your divine energy. And I think this is what's going to be divine. This is what's getting you to be divinely protected. It's getting you to the point where you're not going to run anymore. You're not necessarily moving on, you're transmuting it now. Yeah, you want to call? Watch. Watch what's going to happen if you call. You got nothing good to say? Then we'll figure it out. Yeah, you're no longer hitting rock bottom, collective. You're not over your head, you never were. They tried to think that you were. They tried to get you overextended. They wanted you hitting rock bottom. But look at them now. Some people's children, eh, Max? My goodness. Welcome in, Dallas, all the way from Brazil. Welcome in. Beautiful, beautiful place. Hey, Braxton. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I guess this psychopath is trying to heal. Is that even possible? We got psychopath and healing. Maybe they're coming in like and they're gonna say that they did. Yeah, wishful thinking. They want a second chance with you. I'd rather get my boots stuck in a pile of cow shit and have to walk in my sock feet than get back with a psychopath. Yeah. It's because they've got, they see you as some sort of authority. You're stepping up, you're stepping into this leader position. And some of them are shook. Some of them haven't seen the side of you before. Some of them are actually uncontrollable right now. Some of them are losing their shit at the fact that their magic isn't working. At the fact that everything that they throw at you is backfiring. And I think it's just dawning on them now that you weren't the one to fuck with. You weren't the one. You never were. But they did it anyway. Even after all the warnings, all the synchronicities. They blocked it all out. But that's not your problem, collective. Right? They tried to trap you. They tried to take your freedom away. They didn't believe you deserved it. Isn't that interesting? They walked around saying that you were misguided by something dark. And there was nothing good about you. And they just expected you to submit to that. And because you didn't, it made them very restless. Made them very angry. Because you just didn't submit to what they had to say about you. You didn't take what they had to say about you or what they thought of you as any gospel or anything valuable. They took that as an insult. Right? And here they thought you were misguided. Here they thought that what you were talking about didn't matter. It was worthless. They didn't accept the messages being given. They didn't think there was any duality to it. It was all one-sided bullshit. Like a sunset in the morning and a sunrise at night. A rainbow slide across the sky that's only black and white. And because they tried to trap you, you were no longer repressing your feelings, you were releasing them, you were transmuting it, which created a lot of dharma for you, and a lot of regrets for them. Because you got spirit's got your back. And help is coming. And the fact that you have help, people are helping you, you're helping people. The fact that you have a calling, the fact that you have a purpose, collective, okay? They don't like that. The fact that Spirit is blessing you, guiding you, it's got some of them in tears. Some of them want to communicate again. They want to come forward. Because believe it or not, you actually helped them heal. You helped them heal from the karmic energies that they were enthralled in. There's some people that actually took their life and they were spinning in their grave. Because they tried to rip you apart and they didn't know who they were ripping apart until it was too late. Until they were receiving their own karma for what they come up against you with. And now they're in purgatory in this energy of unforgiveness, and they're trapped with what they've done. And Spirit is saying you didn't misguide them, so don't feel guilty about it. Okay? There's nothing that you need to forgive. You don't have to ask for forgiveness for their own actions. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them and how they showed up in your life. So if you feel guilt about somebody else getting their karma, it's better that you got out of the way. Because they weren't willing to take accountability for what they've done. And all they did is disrespect you. They disrespected you, they disrespected your calling, they disrespected your purpose, your destiny. They shat all over it. Tried to diminish you, devalue you, discard you, like you were nothing. And you know what? Let them. Because they won't sit at your table, collective. Let them. You're about to see some amazing things, collective. You're about to know what happiness actually feels like. You're going to know exactly what peace feels like. And you're going to know what love, unconditional love, feels like. And you're going to be able to mirror that to everybody you see. This person that's in purgatory, they absolutely hate you. They hate the fact that you healed from all the pain they tried to make you suffer. They tried to create a whole bunch of chaos and loss through secrets, having secrets behind your back. It was great loss for you. And they will not be free anytime soon. And I think this was their biggest fear. They're going to the grave with their guilt. Why? Because Source said so. I'm just the messenger. When you mess with children from the sun, you get burned. Severely burned. You're best just to back off and stay out of their way. Because people of the sun, children of the sun, they don't have to lift a finger. They have the power to speak things into existence. And if they focus, they have the ability to create growth in anything that they touch. Whether that be a business, whether that be a plant, whether that be anything. By you facing your fears, collective, you're learning something. You're learning on how to look at anger in a different way. How to transmute it. By you learning how to alchemize and transmute, you can eventually start to turn that into abundance. But it's about gaining a different perspective. It's about looking at it from in a different way. I thought about coming on here tonight and doing a bit of a personal video and giving messages to my family and the people that chose to just walk away. It's funny I say family and my cards blow up. Yeah. The audacity of some people to think they're going to go and throw guilt. The audacity of people. The greed, the selfishness. It's revolting and disgusting. I'm not going to mention who. But for someone to take shut-up money, to keep her fucking mouth shut, $100,000. So she would keep her mouth shut. And then they call me or they send me a text message. Yeah, they send me a text message earlier saying, don't worry, I still love you. I didn't disown you. And this is after she was signed over $100,000 inheritance that it was mine. And she breadcrumbed me, held it over my head, said she was going to help me with a whole bunch of stuff, including my teeth. Proceeded to get her own teeth fixed. Proceeded to buy a car. And I got $1,500 to help me with the down payment. But apparently I'm the selfish one for asking about whether or not I'm getting an inheritance. I've been on a housing list for 17 years waiting for housing. I decided to move and I went and I put myself on another housing list. I've been on that list for 2 years. I've still got 12 years to wait. Maybe 13. And then I was looking into the one here, where I am now, and that's another 15-year wait for affordable housing. So why not I just go get a job? Well, I tried to get a job. But every job that I like gets destroyed and sabotaged. And every job I figure, okay, it's a job. It gets infiltrated and I end up getting hazed for 4 years. And they sit there and laugh as if it's a big, huge joke that they brought me to the point of snapping. To the point where I was so overworked and exhausted that even when I had the benefits, I was too tired to even go get anything done. And then every other job that I've gotten has been pretty well sabotaged once I got comfortable. I have very good work ethic. But I tend to make people look bad because of that work ethic. Because certain people are absolutely spineless and brainless, and they would sooner quantity over quality, which I'm not about that. Quantity comes in time, but quality should always be. But apparently I'm the selfish one. Yeah. "17 years I've been waiting on this list, and there was a house in a deed waiting for me. And my family betrayed me. Not once, not twice, but multiple different times. And I've had nothing but the ability to compose myself and not snap out like I should have a long time ago. Some people go through hell and they come out of it and they don't look like what they've been through. Mainly because they've strived to find peace within their heart and their soul. They've strived to find healing. That's why they don't look like what they went through. And this is what I mean by courageous healing. It brings you to a new perspective. Thank you, Alan. Greatly appreciated. We're going to look into the tarot. Maybe do a little clarification. Bradley, welcome in. Welcome in, Joshua. I missed you, Bradley. It's been a while. You were in here the other night, but very far few in between. It's been a quick minute. That's the thing, they are doing you a favor. You just don't see it right now. Aw, thank you, Zoe. Yes, yes we are, Alan. Leaving you out in the cold while they are doing you a favor? Yeah. Or people that steal your inheritance and then say, no, I didn't disown you, but you're not getting any inheritance. I'll spend yours, I'm gonna spend mine, but you're not getting fuck all. Yeah. All because they think you're into black magic. Meanwhile, all you've done is like 99.99% protection magic. Because you've been literally running and basically banishing demons your whole fucking life. But somehow you're a black magician. Give me a break. You fight the fucking demons that I've fought and even go up against them. You'll shrivel. It's gotten to the point now where I eat them for breakfast. They're better than Metamucil. And it gives a whole new meaning to releasing the demons. But anyway, that's my humor. Spirit, what's the message? Let's get back into focus. What's the message? What's the message the collective needs to hear right now? What's the overall collective message? Pray tell, what's the message? 5 of feathers in the reverse. So, It seems like somebody wants to reconcile. They want to talk. They want to calm the flames of the firestorm that they've created. It's almost like they want to gaslight you. That's kind of the feeling. That could just be my projection, though. Yeah, sabotage. They're wanting to try to sabotage your foundation. They're not trying to work with you. I'm being told the devil has a soft voice. Yeah? Okay. Well, the devil can fuck right off. The devil's not wanted here. He can go back to the fucking pits of hell where he deserves to be. He no longer has residing over the earth. Fuck you. Get the fuck out. Access denied. Again, I will rip out the fucking eyes and the face off of any demon that choose to think that they require my soul, or they feel that I should sell it. I do not consent. And I will ruin you. By divine light, let you be the vengeance. Work through me. Collective, you need to guard your heart. Because people are lurking. Some of them are just discovering you. They have no idea who they're actually speaking to. They've not a fucking clue. All the while, you're on your way back up. You're stepping in your Empress energy. You're in this Empress energy. You're in this abundant energy. You have a very beautiful spirit. And this is why they want to come in and reconcile. Right? Because they want to tag along for the ride. They want to be spoke of in a special way. So that way they can get some sort of attention too. Because you know what? People are looking at them, particular family members, and they're disgusted. As they should be. Why? Because they tried to get them to look at you disgusted. But the tables turn, now don't they? They thinking they can use your special day and your emotions of the special day as if you're yearning for communication from these fucking assholes. That choose to drain you, that choose to rip your fucking heart apart and then gaslight you. Family isn't supposed to betray itself. We're supposed to band together. We're not supposed to rip each other apart. Yeah, their whole world is crumbling down because of what they've done, collective. They know better. They should have known better. Because now you're holding your cards to your chest. And you're going through this transformation without them. And they're being left behind because they failed to want to heal. They failed to want to speak. They failed to want to talk it out. They failed to want to stick up for you. They failed to want to protect you like they should have. But they didn't. They not only used emotions and the ability to be compassionate against you and weaponized it, They got other people in on the bandwagon too, by throwing lies and deception. What's going on, Spirit? Come on. Tell me something good. Thank you. 7 of acorns. Now they're feeling helpless. They're grasping at straws, trying to make their story sound better. Because now that the lies are out, now that the lies are all out in full force, now they're trying to fan the flames? I don't know. They're trying to calm the flames. Because now they're helpless. They don't know what else to do. They should have known better. Because now there's conflict. They're bringing conflict to their world. This is a conflict they could have avoided. And I tell you now, you don't mess with the angels. You do not mess with people with access to angels. Specifically earth angels. Because archangels, they don't play around. Everybody thinks the angels are lovey-dovey and cute, cherub-like. No. No. Some of them are downright scary. Now these people that are coming up against you, they're defenseless. They're helpless. They're receiving karma. And their whole foundation's about to crumble. And collective, you're going to have to worry about this a little bit because they're going to come at you. And you're going to have to guard your heart. You're going to have to represent harmony and integrity going forward. And I'm getting a picture of Ever After. Okay? The one particularly with Drew Barrymore. And it's right at the end of the movie, and I'm sorry to be a spoiler, but it's right at the end of the movie where she goes to the king with the stupid stepsisters and the ugly fucking stepmother. Okay? And, you know, they are given their sentences. And the king gives Cinderella, okay, the ability to give out their sentences. Be like Cinderella. Yeah. Don't walk away. Hold your cards close to your chest. You're coming out of the shadow, collective. They're trying to put you into the shadow. They want you to stay in the shadow. And you're coming out of the shadow. They tried to keep you there. Okay? They tried to ruin your ambition. They tried to take away your self-empowerment. They tried to belittle you. They tried to make you look like you were worthless, that you were nothing, that you were a nobody. All because you wouldn't play their stupid-ass fucking games. You don't have to walk away from this, collective, because it's part of your transformation. You can walk headlong into it. As long as you work with your courage and step with integrity and harmony, you got literally nothing to lose. Because anything that you're going to lose isn't worth it to begin with. And it's all being shown up in the energy that it is. Danielle, I don't have to do crazy black magic on them. I don't have to. Why would I belittle myself? These idiots want me to pull out the big guns. Not that I have big guns. But I do know my fair share of ceremonial magic and high magic. I know the properties of alchemy. And I know how to transmute. And again, I'm not one to piss off. I'm not one to mess with. And people are finding out the hard way, unfortunately. Is that my problem? No, it's theirs. They want to play stupid games. They're going to win very stupid prizes. It is what it is. Welcome in, Dorothy. Welcome in, Maureen, Sarah, Shelley, John, Alan, Leo, Heather, Colleen, Kina, See, that's the thing, Ryan and Max. We are a family. We make the family we want. And here, it's a safe place. And this is why I keep coming back. Welcome in, Bradley. Welcome in, Durfee. People think I'm playing around. What's the next card, Spirit? What do we need to know? Yeah. These dumbasses, their whole foundation is crumbling and they're defenseless. They've lost their power. They've lost their perseverance. I think some of them have actually been bound by spirit. They've lost their gifts and they wonder why. They're all pissed off at the fact that they lost their gifts. They lost their ability to divine. They've lost their ability to see. They've lost their ability to work magic. It's probably because that's what they wanted for you, collective. They tried casting illusions. They tried to open up old wounds that you've already healed and released. They not only did that, they tried to remove the responsibility and accountability of their own actions and place them on you, collective. Isn't that funny how the tables turn and their fables burn? Your endurance is unmatched, and so is your determination. I think they're having to find that out the hard way, collective. Because the setup and the trap that they thought that they were going to trap you in, they didn't expect you to wake up to their tyranny. They didn't expect you to wake up from the illusion they were casting over you. They weren't expecting you to see through their fucking bullshit. But yet here we are. Thinking that they had a hand over you, thinking that they could play you like a puppet. Little did they know, you went in and found your inner light. And it guided you through the darkness. It guided you through the nightmare. And the funny thing is, collective, that's all it was. It was just a nightmare. It wasn't real. It was an illusion. It was something to keep you down in the dumps. It was something to keep you from loving yourself. What do we got for the cap card? Spirit. What's the cap card? We got 2. Yeah, we got the Magician and the Tower reversed. Hello, hallelujah. Talk about a backup fucking... Talk about a backfire. Talk about a backfire. Here they tried to take a tower to you, not realizing who they were playing with. They didn't realize they were playing with the tower itself. A fucking bird, I knew it. I love it. I love it. That was priceless. You made me laugh, okay? 2 points. 2 points. Yeah, discovery and enthusiasm. 7 of crystals. You're taking stock of your options right now, collective, and that's a good thing. That's a good plan. Okay? You're going to discover that the more you work through this and the more you step forward, there's going to be more opportunities available. But you put a lot of work into yourself, into your healing, into your empowerment, into your self-worth, to love yourself, to show up for yourself, to show compassion, forgiveness, integrity, and truth. These are all good, solid pillars to build your life on. It's something to really take into consideration through your courageous healing. Let's look into it. Hey, Becky. Can we get some prayers out to little B? She's going through it. I have a feeling she might be in surgery. She's either in surgery or she's quite possibly could be getting looked at. So if we could give a little prayer and send out a little love and some healing. By divine light, let her be protected. Let her get the healing and the strength she needs to get through it. Great Spirit, ancestors, angels, tribe strong. Yeah, she's resting. Page of Acorns, what's the deal? Yeah, you're not satisfied. You're not satisfied with the breadcrumbing, collective. And this is what you're going to discover. I think this is going to be the last nail in the coffin, though. Because it's like you're getting breadcrumbed. We got the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. A Mustang NA. Welcome in. Again, this is you're discovering that, you know, in order to receive that Ten of Pentacles that you wanted, you would have had to play their stupid ass game. But the stupid ass game you were playing were leaving you with nothing to begin with. So you weren't getting nothing. They were playing you, or they were betraying you. And these are supposed to be family. These are supposed to be people that you're supposed to count on. Thank you, Sky Viking. Mm-hmm. Tell me more, Spirit. What about it? Yeah, they tried to disempower you. They tried to take away any new opportunities from you. They weren't satisfied with the inheritance that they got, so they decided to take yours. and pretty well leave you with nothing. Tell me about the Seven of Crystals. Yeah, they worked hard to take away your movement, to take away your destiny. Again, opening up old wounds. Even creating old wounds and transferring their wounds to you. As if you were the problem when it's actually them being the problem. Tell me more. Yeah. You worked hard for this abundance and this blessing. You worked extremely hard for this. Anything and everything that is meant for you, by divine order, it will always be. The worst case scenario, it's going to be maybe reserved or quite possibly delayed. And what you think is stolen from you, it will always be returned, collective. But sometimes you have to lose things in order to learn who people are and what they stand for. Sometimes they need to show you what type of people they are in order to teach you who you're going to have and who you're not going to have at your table. Sometimes you're going to have to go through some shit and deal with some shit to kick some shit. But there will be a time and a place where there will be a table set for you. And only you will decide who will sit with you. Maximilian, check the description box. I'm surprised I have to tell you that. Six of Wands. Collective, the fact that you chose to show up the way you did, with dignity, with respect for yourself, you don't have to explain who you are when you show up. You don't have to explain yourself when you choose to move forward with particular action. Specifically with this action being filled with integrity and quality and unconditional love. Because the real people will show up and meet you there. They won't require you to diminish yourself. They will not require you to devalue or lower yourself to their standards. They will meet you where you are. You're going to have some new collaborators coming in. Some people are going to want to work with you. But because you are going through these particular lessons, it's showing you who they are. It's showing you different perspectives of different characteristics different archetypes. It's allowing you to identify with these particular people. How are you to understand and to know if you don't understand and if you haven't experienced what it is that you need to learn? You're recognizing the light and you're recognizing the darkness. Yeah, I had a little bit of backstage earlier. You're making a judgment call, collective. You're having a great awakening. You're going through a transformation. I'm really getting that you are allowing your higher self to guide you in this. Everybody wants you to sit in this 3D world. Meanwhile, you have a higher version of yourself that has answers, that you're tapped in with. They tried to get you to throw away your rebirth. They've seen how hard you worked. They've seen your changes. Thank you, Guax. Have a good evening. The thing is, you're not in your head anymore, collective. You see it for face value. You see it for what it is. And it's leaving you no other choice but to make a judgment call. They should have showed up different. They should have showed up better. But because they showed up in the energy that they did, they pretty well shot themselves in the foot. They showed you who they are. Welcome to the Twilight Zone, Rooster. This is the days of our lives. All right, what's going on with the magician? Is there anything about the magician we need to know? Yeah. You stopped them in their tracks and now they're begging. They're unstable. They don't know how to show up. All they can do is study you, looking for answers that you're not giving them. Because they're hoping that you're going to give them clues in order to get themselves, how to get themselves out of it. Young and the Restless, yeah. Yep. Yeah, the Hermit. The thing is, with these dumbass dark magicians, if they'd only do a lot of healing, they could actually step into their real power. If they'd only step into their authenticity and heal. It's kind of embarrassing, karmics. Literally embarrassing. Heal. It's worth it. Heal. Release the bitterness. Show the younger version of yourself a little bit of compassion. It's not that difficult. Yeah, they can't make a decision if they had it smack them in the side of the head. Yeah, because they've lost their passion. Why? Because they tried to remove yours. And they got bitter and butthurt at the fact that all the shit that they did on you didn't work. Access denied. Please hang up and try your call again. You have reached a number that is not in service. Please hang up and try your call again. Thank you. Goodbye. Five of Cups. And oh, they're sad. Oh, it's a bucket of tears. Do you know how much I cried about you? Really? And you're the one that broke my heart. Somehow you're the victim now? Okay. Yeah. Their whole foundation of everything that they tried to do and tried to grow is gone. Whose fault is that, collective? They did it to themselves. There's certain people, certain particular people, they never worked a day in their life. Eight of Cups, and so you walked away from it. You tried to go along and go on to brighter, beautiful, more bountiful horizons, and they tried to take that away from you. Heaven forbid you go out and get a life for yourself. But you're getting back everything that they stole, sevenfold. And they're gonna have to sit there and watch. Really? Okay. So I'm supposed to try to reiterate what I just had in my head as a download. The Reaper stopped in with karma to just pay me a visit. And where it is out on the street is that certain people that have come up against you are actually in the process of trying to commit suicide. But every time they do, they keep getting brought back. The Reaper's not even allowing them to die. And depending on their choice of sabotaging of their life, they come back mangled, they come back disabled, they come back debilitated, they come back in a lot of pain, and they're meant to sit there with that pain. To sit there with the actions of going through with the attempt and having no other choice but to stay alive and deal with the pain that they caused themselves. Again, you don't mess with the Reaper and you don't mess with karma. You respect both of them. You give honor to both of them. I find it humorous when the divine won't even let you die. I know, I can totally relate. I could have died in my car. I could have died in that tow truck accident. I could have been electrocuted with over 200 volts in my body. But yet, no, I'm still here. And from the mouth of a 5'2" guy, yeah, life is short. Life is very short. But for some of us, it can be very enlightening if you'd only allow it. Max, you're ruthless. I'm a supporter of humanity, okay? And that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. I'm a supporter of karma as well. Let's move along. What's the Tower in reverse? What is the Tower in reverse? They tried to take away your hope. They tried to take away your light. But you found out the truth. You had an awakening. Thank you, Deb. Page of Pentacles. They were greedy. Very greedy. Things are about to get really, really good for you, collective. It might not seem like it right now. Things are probably stuck and stagnant. But this is your time for healing. Just embrace it, okay? That what is coming out from the darkness, once you start nurturing your heart, you're going to see where things went wrong. The illusions, the pain, the suffering, the emotions, that what is done in the dark is going to come to light. And you've got some major curses that you're breaking. And part of that is that supposed family unit that you were a part of. chances are it's going to be obliterated when you're done with it. It's never going to look the same when you're finished. They thought they could just walk away and be silent and discard you like you were nothing and just live like it's all calm, cool, collected. Nothing's to see here, nothing's happening. They were hoping you'd kill yourself. But here we are, bright and cheery, like nothing ever happened. Quite frankly, we're a heck of a lot more powerful than what we were before. Because we're starting to realize that they never loved us from the start. It was all manipulation to rip you apart. You know, usually the runt of the litter usually gets beat the fuck on. They get abused. They get taken advantage of. They're always the last one. Welcome in, Kelly. Miss Josette, welcome in. Usually when they want you to commit suicide or they want you to kill yourself or snap out and do something stupid is usually when they've forged your name for some sort of policy. Because they figure, you know what, might as well get something out of it. So continue to live. Because once they pass away, it'll make it null and void. It'll be a thing of the past. And you better believe they're going to pass away. They're thinking that you're going to, they're going to pull a fast one and remove all your resources, make you suffer, take everything that you have and spend it so by the time they're dead, there's nothing left. Meanwhile, all the pain, all the suffering, all the transmutation, all the alchemization of the pain and the suffering and the trauma has put you into this powerhouse kind of energy where you're not only going to get your money back, but you're going to get dividends upon dividends upon dividends and leave a legacy despite it all. Sometimes breaking curses on bloodlines means you first have to destroy them. A lot of the times this is why earth angels and chosen ones require to be single. Because you're not meant to have children. And that's why a lot of chosen and earth angels become celibate. Because they're supposed to end their bloodline. For particular toxic reasons. And the black sheep, the scapegoats, that turn into earth angels and light workers and healers and chosen, recognize and understand why they do not have children. Because of the manipulation of the family. With the particular family I have, if I was to ever have children, they would never see my child. They will never get access to my child. They will never see my child. They will never hold my child. They will never touch my child. And I would sooner wait until they're dead in order to have children. Because fuck that. If they're going to perpetuate more trauma onto the next generation. And I know some of them are watching. And that's okay. Cry me a fucking river. Why do you gotta be so cold, Aiden? Why create a fucking monster and then get scared of its roar? Why? Please, explain that one. You create a fucking monster and then you expect them to be nice. Stay the fuck out of my way. Captains named Farron are fake. Just saying. Just in case you needed that memento today. Anybody named Farron are fake. Specifically the ones named Captain Farron. Yeah, they don't want to walk away. They don't want you to walk away. They want to heal the betrayal instead. How are you going to heal that? After you do what you do, after you play that fucking stupid ass game and you win that stupid prize, and now you want to fix it? You want to exchange your prize for something different? Please, make it make sense. Oh, thank you, Maureen. Rawr. Hey, Jerome, I'm actually thinking about it. Maybe do some Viking braids for the summer. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, they want to heal the betrayal. But what, just to keep going? Just to keep this perpetuation? And because you don't want to heal it, they're going to call you selfish. The audacity, collective. Because you're choosing to close that door and move along. They're going to call you selfish. Wow. The audacity with some of these people. Thinking that they can come in and gaslight you. Oh, I didn't disown you. I just took you out of the inheritance and I stole yours. Like, give me a break. And I'm beginning to think there's more than just 100,000. I'm thinking there's like more like 2 million. Because what can you really buy with 100,000? You know, maybe a house, maybe some property. Now 2 million, you can buy a half decent bit of land and a house and, you know, live comfortably for a while.
But no, they spread it out for the family, and that's their shut-up money, right? Yeah. Everything that they tried to put into place is falling apart. Interesting how you play stupid games and win stupid prizes. I can't wait to see the tumble. Six of Cups. And for some of them, I feel like they're grasping at their memories, trying to remember, trying to dig in and try to dig up old situations that they could maybe bring forward to try to destroy you. Try to make sure that everything falls out of place for you. Yeah. Interesting. You've done a recall already, collective. And whatever they've got going on isn't going to work. This Queen of Wands, this very vindictive Queen of Wands, she's a very bitter individual. Extremely bitter. She wonders why she's in so much pain. She wonders why she's got to take so much fucking medication to deal with the pain that she has. Yet she doesn't believe in karma. Because if she did, she'd check herself before she wrecked herself. This wishy-washy bullshit, thinking that she can show up with compassion all the time and make it look like she's a good human being, only to find out she's the culprit. She's the one behind the scenes pulling all these strings to try to get you to destroy yourself. Thank you, JJ. And now this bitch is all up in her head. Because all her plan, and she thought by showing you compassion, it would get you confused. Meanwhile, you're used to people using compassion and weaponizing it. It's not your first rodeo. She tried to use old tactics against you. Shit you've already learned. Isn't that funny how that works? Yeah. And now they're begging. They're begging for forgiveness. They're in that much pain that they're begging for forgiveness. Spirit's like, what? I can't hear you. What? Is that a mouse? Sorry, I can't. Speak up a little bit. I can't quite hear you. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I can't hear you. What? Oh, you're sorry? Oh, you're begging for forgiveness? Forgiveness from what? Ruining people's lives? Huh? Oh, being greedy? Oh. Yeah. Interesting how it all works out now, doesn't it? Try to commit suicide. See where it gets you. When pigs fly. They should have thought about it before they did it. They should have maybe read the fine print of all that magic that they tried to do. They go on trips to different exotic places and go in and get readings and have voodoo done. Thinking that there's not going to be any retribution to that. When you go ahead and you do magic against a divine being, when you go ahead and do magic against a innocent, I'll just let you know, okay? It does not turn out well. This is where backfires happen. Because the divine don't play. How do you think the divine keeps balance? It's exactly how, Red Gloria. And most people that are doing magic are in their karmic energy. And one of the top rules about doing magic is you do not do magic in your karmic energy, because it will backfire immensely. Maybe they thought I stuttered, or maybe they didn't hear it. Maybe they were sitting in the back. I can only yell so loud. I've mentioned it quite a few times. And I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter if it's a coven of 200 people, a coven of 10 people, a coven of 2. It makes no difference on the number of people coming up against you. If you are not in perfect love and perfect trust and balance with the divine, and you have that many people coming up against you, you best believe that's the abundance coming back. Just think of the abundance that would come back if 200 people got together and tried to do karmic dark magic against a divine person. Think of the retribution on the group of people. Not only the karma that they are going to receive, undoubtedly, specifically when you've done nothing but bless them. Think of the karma that is going to ensue upon their life. Some people's children. Knight of Crystals. Knight of Crystals. The Star. The Knight of Crystals. The Knight of Crystals. Yeah, the Star. Have hope. Your endurance and determination is going to get you through this. You are the light. You are the starseed. You are the light bringer. The divine light bringer. The thing is with miracles, collective, people think, oh, don't believe in magic. That is all negative. That's all bad stuff. That's black magic. Don't believe in magic. Where the fuck do you think miracles come from? When you don't believe in magic, and you don't believe in miracles, and you want good things to happen to you, the fact that you are made of magic, and the fact that you are grilled to not believe in that magic, which means they don't want you to believe in yourself, does that seem a little odd to you? If it doesn't, it really should. It comes back to intention. Dear Dorothy, magic has been around as long as life, because you are magic. We are magic. Life, the creation, is magic in itself. The moment we start opening up to that fact, things are going to change. And it's going to change in ways you've never even ever could consider. Ten of Acorns in reverse. Again, it's emphasizing this Ace of Wands reversed. They tried to uproot old memories, old pain, old suffering. They tried to keep you in an ever-going cycle. Tried to keep you broken-hearted. Tried to keep you stuck. Tried to keep you feeling worthless. Anything that you were building, anything that you were good at, they tried to destroy it. Keep you in a loop of failure and lack. But despite it all, you're balancing that out, collective. It's the ability to know chaos for what it is and be able to transmute that to power. But they wanted you to, out of character, they wanted you snapping out. They didn't want you finding balance. And again, you made a judgment call. And this put them in a position where it's not working in their favor, collective. It's really not. It's a really sad day for them. They wanted you in shambles. They wanted you flipping out. They wanted you agitated. But you recognized what they were actually doing. And you didn't retaliate, you didn't react, you didn't have any particular action towards them whatsoever. You're still here. You're still dancing. Keep going, Miss Josette. Live in spite of it all. Right? Live in spite of the projection that they want you to feel worthless. Remember who you are. Six of Feathers reversed. Yeah. They didn't want you walking away. They didn't want you going through this transition because they wanted your gifts. They thought by diminishing you and bringing you down to your self-worth that you'd just give it up. That you'd just sell your soul. And you'd just submit to it all. You'd submit to the darkness and allow it to overtake you. And it would basically ruin you. Little did they know, you already made a deal with the Reaper. You already made a deal with karma. This is why you're not walking away. It's not because of them. Collective, if you knew how powerful your energy is, just by you being you, just what you irradiate out of you, it reaches people on a subconscious level. It reaches people on a level where it just doesn't, it doesn't compute. Collective, you might actually have people petrified of you and you don't even know it. You don't even realize it. To some people, you don't even realize how intimidating you are. Some of you have actually gotten quite the reputation. And the thing is, they didn't want you walking away because they wanted to destroy you. They wanted you to destroy yourself, ultimately. And they wanted you close enough that they could watch you in unrest. That they could watch you be filled with anxiety, not being able to settle down, not being able to speak, not being able to communicate. To be balled up in a nest in isolation. They didn't want you healing. Can I make it up? They grouped together to sabotage you because they're too fucking cowardice to do it themselves. Or they're too fucking weak, one of the two. Because all the shit that they were doing wasn't good enough. They had to get other people involved. Isn't that embarrassing? Collective, when you take the time to courageously heal and you step into your power, you're literally unstoppable. There are people out there that don't want to come anywhere near you because you're capped in. By recognizing and coming near you, you very well could read into what they were doing behind closed doors. So if people are leaving your life, let them. If people don't want to show up, they don't want to show out, they don't want to make things right, let them. Because it shows what type of people they are. Four of Cups. All it's going to tell you is that you deserve better. And you know that. You're not settling anymore. And because you've done the shadow work, Collective, and you've come out of that period of time of soulful healing, you are getting an abundance. You are getting an offer. And this is by the divine. This is divinely led. This is an offer that you're not going to get from anywhere else, and nobody's going to screw with this. They have no rights. They have no way of screwing with it. Mm-hmm. You're going to be stepping into this period of stability very soon, and you're going to have a lot of liars coming back, trying to smooze you, to get back in your energy. Pay attention. Okay? A whole bunch of people are going to come at you all at once with a whole bunch of lies and deception. Why? Because they're misjudging you. They're stuck in their ways. They have no clue as to what they're talking about, and they want you to walk away and miss out on what's meant for you. So they come in with some sort of an opinion about what you say when it has nothing to do with them. They're trying to stop your journey. They're trying to stop your ability to reflect. And they want to leave you out in the cold, where you were supposed to be all along. They want you feeling worthless, like you don't matter. They've been trying so hard to get you in this position, like it's literally driving them mad. Like unbelievably mad that you're not dying yet. You just don't die. It's just like this never-ending whack-a-mole. You just keep popping up out of the blue. What else haven't we tried? Like, we've tried everything. None of it works. And the more they try, the more that backfires, the more pissed off, yet the more scared they get. Because they know they're racking up karma, and they know that it's going to smack them right back in the head again. And here you are, you're not even lifting a finger, you're just calling on your angels. Please protect me while I go through my transition. Why is he so protected? Why can't we defame him? Why can't we dishonor him? Why can't we make him look weak? I'm just seeing here, there's a lamb, and it's in the reverse. Why can't we make him a sacrifice? Why will he not submit? Because I eat demons for breakfast. Oh, so they want to bring conflict. I see. You might want to think about that one. Just walk away, collective. Do what the dumbass cop told you to do. Just walk away. Because heaven forbid they touch you. They're going to be inciting a storm they wish they never started. I'm going to just say that. It's not going to work out as planned, collective. They're going to end up destroying themselves. What about this Knight of Pentacles? Okay, what else? Tell me more, tell me more. Yeah, okay. So they're going to come in with some sort of a breadcrumb offer. Be careful. Okay? They're coming in with some sort of an offer, and it's meant to make you overthink. Okay? They want you overthinking and distracted. They want you overthinking with this offer because they want to reconcile with you. They're going to throw a whole bunch at you all at once. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be right when you start getting happy again. This is going to be right when you start getting out of this tower. You start finding your footing again. They're going to start giving you more new offers to keep you thinking. And then it's going to come out, you're going to know the truth. That what is done in the dark, their motives, their mask is slipping, it's already off. But you're a magician, right? Everything that you've ever searched for is always within you. They want you looking outside of yourself. Your true power lies within you. Yeah, they don't want you believing in the truth. They don't want you standing on the truth. And this is why they're coming in to reconcile. Oh, their whole world is upside down, collective. And they want to rest for a change. But they can't because they're being overrun and haunted by karma. Like I say, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Whoever created that, whoever's idea that was, whoever, I don't know. But it's definitely worth. What have we got? The Four of Acorns. Four of Acorns. Their whole idea of coming back in to try to get you back into the picture again and marry you, it's falling apart. Right? Because they were supposed to get you to come back in. They were going to propose to you. They were going to marry you and make it official. They wanted to get everything going and get everything ready and then take you on a trip and then make you disappear for real. But that's not happening anymore. Why? Because they won't heal. They're too bitter. They stink of bitterness. Bitterness has a smell. And you're starting to learn what that smell smells like. We got the Lovers here, collective. It's in the reverse. This is you saying no to this relationship. This is clarifying the Four of Wands reverse. Okay? So their whole plan blew up in their face. I'm not going to look into that any more than that. The Seven of Acorns, what are they so helpless about? Yeah, the fact that all of their focus, all of their pain, all of their bitterness, all of their anger that they focused into the magic fell through. They tried to deceive you. They very well could have maybe used a Sagittarius to deceive you. You got a Page of Wands. They wanted this particular Sagittarius to come in and take your breath away. Little did they know. Little did they know who they were messing with. I think they spooked, collective. I think they're spooked. Somebody checked themselves before they wrecked themselves. Seven of Acorns. Queen of Pentacles. That stupid bitch. Thinking she was going to get away with it. Clearly not happening. Eight of Pentacles reverse. The selfishness doesn't get you anywhere. Need I say more? Monday has come around again. We're in the same old place. Same old face is always watching me. Who knows how long I'll have to stay? Maybe 100 years of trips and fears, a rate that I get paid. Sometimes I slowly drift away. All this uncertainty is with me every day. Hide and seek throughout the week. Diamonds are what I really need. Maybe I'll rob a store, escape the law, and live in Italy. Who knows? That's not my song. If you guess the name of the song and the band, maybe I'll get you a free reading. The transformation card. Okay. Spirit says, that's enough. Like, okay. Because you're moving on to the future. Because you're moving on, because you are making a difference in your life, because you are focused on the future, you're not focused on the past, you've done the healing, you're working through it, right? You're transmuting your heart space. Okay? You're transmuting the situation. And because you're moving on, they're playing it off as if you're uncontrollable. They're playing it off like you're losing your mind because you're moving on. You're losing your absolute cotton picking mind. No racism. Because you're moving on. Because you're moving on, they want you acting out of character, so you look like a crazy person. But what you're actually doing is you're alchemizing the pain. You're alchemizing your emotions. You're being very choosy as to who you're sharing your energy with. You're no longer allowing them to emotionally manipulate you. You're focusing on yourself for a change. You're finally making decisions according to your peace of mind. You're not only calling truce with other people, you're calling truce with yourself. You're not allowing the gaslighting anymore. And most of all, sweet dreams. Ryan, please be good to yourself, okay? Sweet dreams, buddy. You DM me anytime you need, okay? You got the 5 Pentacles here. You're changing the way you build. You're changing the way you hold yourself. You're changing the way you stand. You're redoing your foundation on the integrity, on the truth, on the honesty, the unconditional love. The thing with Pentacles, it's all 4 elements, the 5 elements. Okay? It's not just one. It's all of them combined. And this is why the Pentacles are so powerful. Because they have the ability. They bring and they integrate all the abilities together. Without the earth, you wouldn't have the air. You wouldn't have a place for the fire. You wouldn't have a place to put the water. But they all work interconnectedly. And you're recognizing how that works in your life and in your manifestations. 4 crystals. What do we got? What do we got for the 4 crystals? Sure. Sure. You got the 8 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. Yeah. So you got a lot of new opportunities coming in, collective. The 4 of Crystals here, you need to keep that close to your chest because you got some dumbass King of Swords over here sneaking around thinking that they're going to create some sort of unrest for you. The math ain't mathin' and the bullshit ain't shitting anymore. Okay? What they think they're bringing to your table is going to smack them upside the head very soon. They want you in unrest. They're going to get that themselves. They thinking they're going to be sneaky. It's not going to work. Their bullshit is not going to work. They're trying to gain control of who you are. They're trying to gain control of their situation that's literally blowing up in their face. And the thing is, collective, the funny thing is they did it to themselves. They've got nobody to blame but themselves. Yeah, they decided to go towards a hierophant. They decided to go to a go towards a dark spiritualist. Okay? And they were left in the dark about their world going upside down. They were left in the dark. They were trapped. This is why you need to guard your heart. Bring harmony and integrity and peace into your heart space and into your inner temple. King of Shells, please. You very well could be having an ending of some sort of connection with the King of Shells that you need to guard your heart from. Something tells me they are, this King of Shells is different energy than the Lovers. But there's some sort of association between this Gemini and this Cancer individual. There's some sort of association that you didn't realize until after the fact. If that goes to your story, it goes to your story. If it wasn't, then it wasn't. But these are both very disgusting energies that thought they were going to pull the wool over your eyes. They didn't think that you were as intuitive as you were. But when you're dealing with two imbeciles, it's really not rocket science. Thank you, James. Yeah, they tried to betray you. They tried to betray you behind your back. You're supposed to betray somebody in front of their face. Stop being a fucking coward. Because I know they're watching. They want to bring conflict. The King of Cups, because you're guarding your heart, they want to bring conflict to you. But everything that they work towards doesn't end up working. You just keep weighing out your options and they keep trying to destroy you. Page of Feathers, pray tell, what's that about? Apparently some of them are taking notes. Some of these monkeys are actually going through an awakening because they're watching your shit. Some of you could be creators, or you might have a business or whatever else. Now they're taking notes and they're actually learning something. It's actually kind of priceless because some of the monkeys are healing. And they're recognizing how evil and twisted these idiots were. Yeah. They came up to try to ruin your family too. Your whole life. The more destruction, the better. And they figured by telling you the truth, it was going to put you out on over the edge. Little did they know you found out the truth before they told you. And it didn't react the way that they wanted it to. It's more of a, it looks good on you. It shows me what type of fucking imbecile you actually really are. Collective, we're winning. We've always been winning. That's going to be the major realization here. And the Nine of Swords ain't all that bad. Okay? It's really not all that bad. Because you gain a better perspective when you actually see it at face value. once you see it for the truth that it is, and you have your awakening, this is the courageous healing I'm talking about. You might think that you're in isolation, you might think you're in jail, but you're really not. You're in your great awakening. So embrace it. Have the courage. It's worth it. Providing that you are always within that divine light, providing that you ride with the divine, provide that you do not question it no matter how dark it gets. Okay? That divine light will always be with you. It will keep you alive. It's actually scientifically proven. It's actually been known that cancer has been cured by laughter. Because laughter is one of the highest vibrations. None of your business, May. And no, I'm not going to give anybody my number. Why? Because fuck that. I don't need you calling me on a Sunday afternoon saying that you want to help me find my, help me save money on my car insurance. Or talk to me about my extended warranties. They're seeing you step into your wish fulfillment. And they're gluttony because all they can do is watch. It's infuriating for them. It's really infuriating. I'd like to talk to you about your extended... Click. Stick up for yourself, collective. Orb up. Put your warrior boots on. The battle is not over. Okay? It's only begun, but you're winning. You pretty well got it in the bag. You just gotta stay focused. Okay? Awesome, James. They hate the fact that you're transmuting all of this. They hate the fact that you're gonna get back everything they stole from you, plus more. It's driving them absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Like a mad hatter. What's the Empress? Yeah. Ooh, they're so bitter. Oh, they're so bitter. Oh, they're so obsessed. So obsessed. So bitter. They're gonna come in and try to emotionally manipulate you. Because you're so abundant and beautiful. You have lots to spread around. You have lots to give. Doesn't mean I'm gonna give to your stinky, selfish ass. Okay? Yeah. Access denied. Access denied. The Five of Feathers. Oh yeah, it's the King of Cups. Okay, they're gonna come in and try to spin the block. I'm not the one that was whatever. They were the third party. Behind the scenes, they were the third party. You thought it was somebody else, but they were the third party. This King of Cups, yeah. Yeah, the truth come out. The truth come out because people found out. And their whole world was destroyed, trying to destroy yours. Yeah. Oh, now they're all in their feels. You're not happy. Oh, poor Muffin. Oh, bless your heart. Yeah. Their whole foundation of what they were trying to build on your energy is crumbling to shit. For good reason. It wasn't meant for them anyway. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. No, I will not. This isn't Tinder, okay? This isn't Tinder or Bumble or anything else. Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they're stuck. They can't move forward. All they can do is sit here and watch. Yeah. It's this very karmic Cancer individual. Like this person you've known for a long time. You've known this person for an extremely long time, collective. You kind of took this person under your wing. You know they were going through a lot. You tried to be a good friend. You tried to be a good person in their life. You tried to be a good pillar of strength. Something they could either emulate or something they could at least be inspired by. And instead they took it to an envious and bitter and just dark place. They were envious of the fact that you were happy, and they wanted to destroy it. So they created illusions to basically try to destroy you, thinking that they were going to take over your essence and take over your gifts and make them theirs. Meanwhile, they're not even related to you. They're not even close to even your bloodline. Little did they know when they were doing this dark magic that they were going to steal your destiny. They didn't realize that your gifts go to your next of kin. Little did they know that they were literally sabotaging their own soul by coming for you. Little did they know that coming for you, they were setting themselves up for an ultimate extra ultimate failure. The audacity that these people went to. The entitlement that they thought they had. They didn't read the fine print of any of the magic that they performed. First of all, they didn't have the actual basis foundation to magic. They didn't have the basis foundation to alchemy or the understanding of universal law. Universal law trumps all. It trumps everything. Universal law is it even trumps 3D law. Universal law works along the side with karma. Karma is what balances out that universal law. And you cannot use karma against someone, because you end up using it against yourself. And this is where the ego needs to be in check. This is where you need to heal. This is where you need to step out of your karmic energy to really truly understand magic. Because once you truly understand magic, you understand that magic is for self-promotion, for self-growth. The only thing that you would ever bestow upon another person is healing. That is the only magic that you would bestow upon someone. Because this is what we are built for. This is who we are as individuals. We all have a chance to be healers. We all have a chance to be seers. We all have a chance to be magicians if we'd only tap into it. Real magic is authenticity, James. This is why you need to heal. Love is also a magic, but authenticity is higher ending in the vibrations. Because when you are in authenticity of yourself, of who you are truly, you are love. You are acceptance. You are truth. But the moment you allow those lower energies, the lower south node energies to try to take control, is when everything goes Mercury in the microwave. As long as you're working magic in your karmic lower node energy, south node energy, you're not doing anything. And you're not going anywhere fast, but downward spiral into your demise. This is why I speak today. This is why I bring my message to the world. You're better off taking the time to have the courage to go through and heal your pain and your trauma and your suffering, rather than sitting in the bitterness. You can rise above it and empower yourself and end up living your best fucking life possible. But that's only going to happen if you choose to take that first step in the right direction. Don't break your finger on the way out, Ernie. Oops, too late. '05? I didn't oil anybody up in '05, sorry. I'm not the right person you're talking to. And I don't know any Judith, so. I keep hearing access denied, access denied. Please hang up and try your call again. It's not encouragement, Emma. It's truth. Fructose intolerant. The inability to take people's bullshit. I think we did good for being open-ended tonight. Did I even put the filter on tonight? I don't think I did. Did I? Yeah, I didn't. I think we did all right there, Max. You worked hard. Hopefully you didn't make too much of a sweat. Thank you, Mia. No, Sarah, be nice. That's like borderline. And I know Max is sitting there. Oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Why are you saying that, Sarah? Like, who the hell are you, Sarah? Why are you saying that shit? You're like sending Max into like a, oh, but she's a, she's. Thank you, Tammy. Sweet dreams, my dear. Yeah, we don't mention that shit in my chat. Okay? Because that's exactly what it is. Shit. Comments like that makes me even question whether or not I want you here. And you know what? I'm glad I changed to coconut oil when I do my massage work, because I used to use baby oil. And now I just, no. No. I think Max is my new favorite guard dog. Thank you, James. I can't say that it was the best one I've had, but it was definitely better than some that I've had before. No question. For massage, I don't tend to use cream. Like body lotion and all that, no. Because it gums up. It's good for moisturize, but it gums up. It ends up really gross. So, very gross. At least, coconut oil, it moisturizes. It's not toxic. It doesn't taste bad. It's all natural. Indiana. Or India. India. Warrior Rooney. When you put your hands together, do you have the crescent moon in the upper part of your hand? And do you have the mark of the Watchers? Why do you think I ask you to believe in yourself? Why do I ask you to believe in the possibilities? Because really the possibilities are endless. But I'll tell you this, the darkness is playing a big part in the stress and the pain. You have to recognize the darkness for what it is. Either learn how to transmute it or banish it, rebuke it. It's getting to the point where the veil is very, very thin. It's very difficult for them to deceive anymore. Their masks are falling off. And by healing, you remove the possibility of the darkness having a place to harbinger. Because being in that South Node energy leaves you open and vulnerable to the darkness. And it will overtake you. So if you find yourself in the darkness, you need to remember the light that is within you. That despite how much that light has dimmed, it is still light. We all have a light within us. We need to remember that light. And we need to brighten it up. It takes courage. It takes compassion, unconditional love, and an honor to your ancestors before you. You live in honor of them. They fought through their life so you could exist. The pain, the suffering, all these years dealing with a witch wound. We all have a witch wound within us. We've all been told to diminish our shine and to be a muggle. And the moment you allow the magic back in and allow the miracles to happen in your life, that's the game changer. It gets you to the point where you want to heal. And as people heal, it raises the vibration of the planet. As we raise the vibration of the planet, the magic comes back. This is also helping us to align to the 5D Earth. For all those that feel that they're going to be left behind, it's up to you. It's up to you and the actions that you take. If you choose to stay in that karmic energy, then fine. If you clearly don't think yourself worthy, fine. But for the ones that have the courageous hearts and spirits and soul, step up. We need you. We're waiting for you. I've already been to Nirvana and back. Multiple times. It's worth it. I speak from experience. That's why the information I speak of hits you so deeply. Because I'm not out here talking off the side of my cheek. Step into your power, collective. Remember who the hell you are. What does that look like? Loving yourself. Valuing you for all you've endured. Finding that light within you and letting it shine. Allow the divine to work through you. That's where the real magical miracles happen. So step into it. Recognize it. See it at face value and let it work miracles in your life. But the thing is, when you start shining, the main reason why you're told to isolate is people can't handle your light. Hey, Lucy. They can't handle the light. So they'll try to dim you. Because they want to be brighter than you, and they try to steal it, not realizing they can't steal it at all. By them trying to steal your light, they're only dimming theirs even more. No, keep writing. Hey, Combo, it's my birthday too, you know. Proxy, open your eyes. Spirit, I'm not going to say that. I'll tell you, Spirit's got a sense of humor. Thank you, Nilda and Jenny. Thank you, Mandy and Lucy. Maureen, are you seeing this? Like some people's children, man. I can't even. I can't. Thank you, Marie. Oh my goodness. Okay, Max, slow down. Chill. considering what some people go through, considering the trials and tribulations, the ability to celebrate your next spin around the sun. I think it's commemorating all the pain and the suffering you've been through and the fact that you survived. Then yes. If you really have nothing to show for it and it's been monotonous and boring, yeah, probably not. Like, did you show up? Did you stick up for yourself? You know what I mean? Thank you, Marie. The big question is, how do you want to show up in the world? What type of positive impact do you want to make? How do you want to make those ripples? Because sometimes all it takes is a ripple. Are you a trap? And no, I'm not Christian. Find the inner light, Lucifer. Find the inner light. Ironically, find the inner light. And not the false light. It's one thing to love yourself at the expense of others, like the false light teaches. Okay? Or you love yourself unconditionally, like the divine light teaches. There's difference. And the only way to find the true divine light is through the darkness. Because without that darkness, you cannot appreciate it. And this is how the devil deceives you. Because it parades around as a false light. But the sacrifice that you take with other people is the wrong sacrifice. The sacrifice that you take with yourself, within yourself, it's totally different. It's a totally different sacrifice. When you sacrifice your trauma and your pain and your suffering, and you learn through that, it gives you a different type of strength than what you would to sacrifice someone else. It doesn't give you the same magic. It diminishes the magic. Well, one of my bigger predictions and prophecies over the past year has been that we will not see the world as it once was. We will not see the world. We will not go into the next day seeing the world the same. And this was months ago. And as we look around the world, and as we look around North America even, It's changing. See, the thing is, demons are a part of the darkness. They instigate a particular lesson within our life. And this is how the devil has this is how the devil or the darkness has prevalence over our life. And it only happens as long as the divine light is allowing it. So certain things, certain dark things should happen. They will happen to bring you to a certain perspective. But it's when people are outright manipulating that, depending on the situation, you end up racking up a lot of karma. They already have. The people of an innocent mind and heart have already been saved. They've already been allocated. Alright, who do we got here? None of them are showing up. Bipolar is an illusion. It's an illusion of projection. Has nothing to do with that. Doctors say that it's an imbalance in the neurological aspect of our brain, but I tell you right now, it's a lie. Bipolar and manic is a projection of energy. People be hating on you, they send in the evil eye, and then you're sitting there wondering, what the fuck is this feeling? Why am I feeling this? Why are these stupid thoughts entering my head? Where the fuck is this coming from? I was literally just sitting here reading a book, and then all of this shit floods in from nowhere. Like, hello? You have to up your protection. And usually when this happens, you're at a lower frequency. So by raising your frequency through healing, through empowerment, it leaves you less susceptible to the bullshit. The chemical imbalance in the brain has nothing to do with depression. The chemical imbalance in the brain is something totally different. So anybody that donated to me tonight, I very much appreciate you. I do appreciate you. I do appreciate your support ongoing, to my members, to my subscribers, to my supporters, to my tribe. I love you with all of my heart. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for showing up. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. It depends, Marie. The mood disorders, it depends. But it's pretty well along the same. They have a lot of bunch of stupid ass names in order to call it something, in order to be able to give you a pill. They have to register it under something. And a lot of these so-called names that they have, they are literally discrediting spiritual gifts. And there's certain education, there's certain videos that you can look into how depression and all these different elements are actually spiritual gifts. Look it up. You'll be very surprised at what you find. But a lot of the medication is more or less basically shutting you down rather than creating any type of balance. And a lot of these medications are having you dependent on the system. And a lot of these medications will literally send you into a downward spiral if you go off of them. So you have to be very, very careful at what medications that you utilize, because it will in fact create the imbalance that you're trying to fix. It's snake oil. They're selling snake oil. The same thing as a conspiracy theorist. The conspiracy theorist is actually the truth teller. But they're being made out to be a conspiracy theorist because they don't want people knowing the truth. The mind is your most powerful muscle in your brain, in your mind, in your head, in your consciousness, within your heart space. When you create a balance between them, you can create access to your higher self. What do you do when most people in your life turn on you and hurt you? It seems it's very rare to find a real friend who's there for you. What about meds that will help build serotonin? B12 and a banana once or twice a week. But Rooney, what do? You come here. You come hang out with us. That's what you do. Welcome home. Welcome to the family. Sorry, we just ran out of cookies. My bad. And because of the tariffs, my store got shut down. So we don't even got merch right now. Those of you that took advantage of the merch, you're literally walking testimonies. Mm-hmm. Very well said, Lucy. When you see the deadness and the darkness in their eyes, And that's a pretty good tail to get the hell out of there. Don't stick around too long. Yeah. Isolating and deep thinking, yes. But you're going into that deep thinking with your warrior boots on. You're not doing that in a dwell and feeling sorry for yourself. Hey, Cairo, I might have an answer for you. Cool. Go gargle your throat with salt water. Whispers. Yes, Deuce. Sorry, I don't have an answer for you. You know what, Lucy? I wouldn't even stand and see. I'd just keep moving. Don't pay them no mind. Why would you stand there and watch them? It's a total waste of time. Sitting there and watching people destroy themselves? What's the point? Are you grabbing popcorn? Like, it's about being focused on what you need to be focused on and not focused on what you're not supposed to be focused on. Sometimes it's better. You know what? Family is more strangers, okay, than anything else. I've got people in this chat right now that are more family to me than the strangers I used to know. And you know what? They show up. Blood isn't thicker than water. They show up a certain way. They want to show up like a deceitful, selfish piece of shit. Let them. Let them. They just show you who they are, and that way you can act accordingly. It's a bit of a big, it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow when it's your own mother or your aunts or your uncles or your grandfather or, you know. The thing is my father was always made out to be a bitter, angry asshole by my mother. Little did I know, she basically baby trapped him and took him for everything. Just about made him broke with the investigator trying to find us. And when he would find us, we would be off moving again because my mother didn't want us to find out the truth that she's a selfish cunt. And as sad as that to say about my own mother, I wish she never acted that way because then I wouldn't say it. But even, 40 years after their divorce, okay, she's still wanting to go after my father's inheritance after his pension when he's literally worked every day of his life, day in and day out, and she hasn't worked a day. All she's done is manipulate people her whole life. Okay? So, no. They show up the way they show up. Whether they're your mother or not doesn't make them your mom. Any woman can be a mother. Any woman can bear a child, providing the divine allows them. But it takes an actual exceptional woman with a heart and a mind and a beautiful spirit to be a mom. Not every woman can be a mom, but every woman very well could be a mother. And it's the same as a father. It's how they show up in their children's life. It's who they choose. Are they choosing the next boyfriend, or are they choosing their child? Are they choosing to put their kid through school, or are they, choosing to do stupid shit with stupid people? It's how they show up. And they should be held accountable for who they are. And I'm not out here disrespecting moms. I'm not out here disrespecting dads. I stand with you. I stand with you. And the beautiful ability to have children and the beautiful ability to have a family and be honorable to your family. I'm all for it. I stand with you. But when you get greedy-ass family members and all they want is money, they're very, very money hungry. They feel very entitled to not only your money, but your energy. No. The greatest lesson I ever learned was walking away from family that didn't matter to me. That didn't show up for me. That would have been totally fine with leaving me for dead. I've even had family put out a hit on my life because of the money they stole. They didn't want me to speak up about it. Too late. Let the feds get it. Let the feds investigate it. I just want to know the truth. I want to know how much I actually lost out on. Was it $100,000 or was it $2 million? I mean, the rest of the family got to go on trips and vacations and live very, very comfortably, but here I am, the fucking scapegoat, the black sheep, suffering. Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. They enjoyed it. But now I'm enjoying myself because I did the healing that I needed to do to empower myself to stand up. So I'm shining my light whether they like it or not. I don't care anymore. They don't care. So why should I? Am I going to be the bigger person? No, I'm done being the bigger person. I'm only 5'2". I'm never the bigger person. I'm rarely the bigger person, and I'm having to up and overtower everybody else? No, I'm done. A mini Bible, that's an insult, Bill. A pocket prophet. Is that a prophet in your pocket, or are you happy to see me? Anyway, my friends, I hope you have a beautiful evening. I want to say thank you for hanging out with me tonight, and thank you for the donations for my birthday. You really made it special, every single one of you. Yeah. Tonight, I think it was a good message. We're on our way, collective. Good things are happening regardless if they like it or not. And they get to sit there and watch and squirm all they want. Because their bullshit ain't working. Why? Because we're divinely guided, guarded, and protected. Please hold faith, please hold love in your hearts, and we're gonna rise. We're gonna make it work. And for all in the divine, if you can't be good at it, if you can't be good at it, at least be good to yourself. So that way you can be good to others. I love you all. Be good to yourself, and I'll catch you in the next video.